Hello, everyone. Welcome again to Dimebag Darren World Headquarters in the corner of my living room. And another, some kind of penny search, I don't know. We're going to go looking through some old pennies. I guarantee they're old because my dad gave them to me. So we're going to see how that goes. Coin cam's ready. Let's see here. Anna's in the house. Numismaniac was here before the broadcast started, so that doesn't count, Numismaniac. Got to be here when we go live at least. But Anna, you're on the list. First of the ones tonight. As I figure out how I'm going to do this exactly, I put a bunch of stuff out in front of me, and now I realize I need my keyboard. So let me just grab the keyboard here. Figuring out how to do this, you know? See, I'm already in the list. Dim Bulb Darling says right there. We'll see who comes next. All right. Got a little music playing in the background because I like it that way, and that makes me sort of shake a little bit, like bopping to the music, and that means everything shakes when I shake, baby. So we'll see if I can keep that to a minimum and keep like the earthquake down to a minimum, and see what kind of good pictures we can get. Just starting it off with this great big one right here. This one. I like this one's good looking. Lets me get the camera all set up. Good old 1874 to 1974 Winnipeg, Canada silver dollar for the 100 years of Winnipeg where I'm from. And a nice picture of the Queen, a nice portrait, a nice effigy, a Y-a-G, an X-a-G, a P-a-G, a A-a-G, I don't know, whatever letter you like. That's a pretty good picture, I think. All right, so what we got going on tonight is coming basically from this here. Now what this is, an old tin, all part of the coin collection thing going on, and it's got pennies in it. So I don't really know what we're going to find in here. So we're just going to sort of give it a try together and just see what's inside there. Let's see here. Right. All right, so just going to grab this first and show it to you. Back in the day, you might lose your keys. Hey, Jack Gallman in the house. Wait a second here. Double L, right, Jack? Just grab the old tin that was sort of in the old coin collection. Tin full of, tin full of pennies. So we're just going to take a look to begin with in this tin full of pennies and see what we find. And the first thing I actually found is something a lot of people would recognize from the Auto Club or the TB Vets. One of those sent out tags. Oh, this is the war amps in this case. So if you were to lose your keys with this on it, you could drop it in any mailbox in Canada and they would get it back to you. That was the war amps of Canada. And this thing's just like what it was like on day one. But this is probably from the 50s. No, sorry, 67. It says right there, Manitoba 67. So, just so we'll get started here. Uh, 62. We are likely to find the really old ones in here. Like, I don't know how old, but we'll see. I don't know for sure. I don't expect anything from the 2000s, so How am I going to separate these? Let's say anything from my birthday on, which is 66, will go in one, and anything older than me will go into another. All right? And I'm going to take a pen and I'm going to mark this. This is for older than me. So just make a little O on it. I remember which one is which, because later I might forget. That's kind of how I run things. I forgets. Sometimes I forgets. Okay. So, back to number one, which was a 62, which makes it older than me. It's older. Older than me. Older than me. Actually, I don't really enjoy that nearly as much as I thought I would, honestly. Let me just... take care. Just gab. Have to be something nicer, I think. Okay, so where was I? Right there. That'll work. Okay, so what do we have here? Ho 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 ho. 1964. It's older than me. It's a nice one, too. All right, well, that one. Maybe I'll put it in there nicely instead of hucking it in there from afar. Jack has some of them, and one was my I have. Okay, let's go back. I'm getting lost. Jack Galman from Marion, North Carolina. Hello, Jack Galman from Marion, North Carolina. Thank you for being in my room. I have some of them, and one was my grandmother's. Oh, of those tags. Is that what you're talking about? Probably. They are pretty cool. So we have a 65. Which happens to be older than I am, but also I went to school 1 year ahead, so all my classmates had birthdays and original birthdays in 65. Hey, do you think I sound too loud at all right now? Is it too loud? Could I turn it? I'm going to turn it down a little. I just want you to tell me if I've turned it down too far. That's what I want to know. Just I think it's that one. How's that right now? Is that still good? Is that audio still pretty good? That's kind of what I want to know. If you could tell me, I'd appreciate it. That's kind of what I want to know. If you could tell me, I'd appreciate it. I thought that sounded pretty good. If you could tell me, I'd appreciate it. I thought that sounded pretty good. It did. I thought that sounded pretty good. It did. Audio check 1 2 3. Audio check 3 2 1. Audio check 1 2 3. Audio check 3 2 1. That's also pretty darn good. Audio check 1 2 3. Audio check 3 2 1. That's also pretty darn good. All right, check one more time. 1 2 3 3 2 1. All right, check one more time. 1 2 3 3 2 1. Almost not even changing. All right, check one more time. Almost not even changing. All right, I'm going to stick with this if it still sounds good. 1 2 3. All right, I'm going to stick with this if it still sounds good. 1 2 3. All right. I feel pretty confident about that for audio, so let's keep going. Thank you for bearing with my preoccupation to audio. What do you know? 1966. Nice one too. Once again, as you can see, hasn't been out there in circulation. I'll tell you that much. It's been in a pill bottle. Actually, is where it's been. Bionic Bull 88. Thank you very much for coming into the stream tonight, Bionic Bull. Since you're here, gotta put you on the list here. There's gotta be a better way. I'll figure it out. I like the ducks, though. We're going to stick with the ducks. We'll be the channel with the ducks. I have to find the 8s. There they are. Okay. We got an old tray full of pennies, and we're going through them for the first time in probably, honestly, my dad put these in here. I'm nearly 60 years old. I've never gone through them personally. So, yeah, that's another one from my birth year, 1966. I'm just wondering if there'll be something a little bit older in there. Last year for the Canadian pennies, I think it was 82 or something like that. Coins in Canada, let me just pause that for a moment like that. Whenever I need to know something important like that. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Okay, so the last year of the 1 cent coin looks like 2003 to 2012. 12 was our year, and you can get a 2012 in a magnetic and a non-magnetic. That's what they look like. And there are the totals. So you got a good chance of getting both without too much trouble. Hopefully that nails the question down. Ba 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 ba. All right, we got a 1970 on deck. Yeah, it is. It's pretty schmarp looking. Mr. Legit Chernoobs. Legit. Legit Sir Noobs. Thank you for coming by, my friend. I really appreciate it. If you didn't stop by, I'd be here not doing... Well, I'd be doing the exact same thing. You know what? I used to be a karaoke host before we couldn't visit with each other. And I would sing to an empty room. I don't care. I will. I have. Older. That's younger than me. 1970. Not even as old as me. Oh, 65. Older than me. I'll pick up the pace a little. We'll just sort of look at the years because there's actually, a few of them. I don't want to go too long tonight. 60... What? What? 65? It looks like a 63. Picture's not resolving very nicely. The light makes a difference here. That's a 5. 1965. Still older than me. I'll put that banner back. What was I going to do with this hole here? Nothing? If I was just to stretch that out. That kind of works too, I guess. My hands are kind of in that area. Alright, so let's put this next one underneath there and see what we get. So I can't be bothered to look 65 with my own eyes without looking underneath magnification too hard. Numismaniac. You're just a youngster. Well, I appreciate that you think so. It's 1966. That one is my age. Let's get Numis on the board here. Main eye ack. Main eye ack. Numismaniac. Sounds a little low, you think? Okay, far out. That's what I want to know. Thanks, guys. Kind of have the window wide open here, so the trick is I want to have the microphone as low as it can be without being too low. So I gave it a little bit more. Can you hear the traffic going by? Tell me if you can. I'm curious. Doesn't matter either way, but... Can you hear me wiggle my nose? It was 63. 1963. That's older than me. Let's put that right up there, couldn't I? That's already out of camera. 65. Well, that's older than me. Numismaniacs adding to the collection, I see. Geomining. Geomining. What's geomining? Is that like crypto mining? I don't know what that is. From 1986. I'm newer than this thing is. Let's move that out of the way. Oh, you can't tell anyway. 1963. That's older than me. Oh, it's crypto mining. Good for you. 1965, older than me. I mean, it is a real thing. People should get involved. I should as well, but I don't have a computer that will do that. I don't think. I'm sorry. What the hell? 66. That's my age. I'll put out some more of these here on the mats. Mats from Quinn's Coins. I was lucky enough to win them from Quinn. Mats from Quinn's Coins. Definitely check him out. He's substantial, man. He's got thousands and thousands of people who care. I have a few, and I appreciate you. Thank you for caring. Hang on a second here while I move my body a little bit, because parts of me fall asleep. Even when I'm talking. That is very bright for a 56. Let me just kick the light off for a moment. See what it looks like under a little bit more room light. Or 58. Yeah, that's a... No, 68. Ay, cripe. You need the right light to really see the date, that's for sure. Or at least I do, so hopefully that's cool. Did they come up enough, Jack? Is that all right? It's 68. Well, 68 is younger than me, so... 71's younger than me. That doesn't really work now, does it? I suppose it does. Just mulling over my little studio thing here in my mind. Once again, it's 65. So when the light hits it the right way, the camera manages to get fairly sharp. But otherwise, sometimes not so much. Well, I filled my album. No. I am missing a couple of the first coins on the very first page on my own album. Jack needs them too, by the way. He has a similar album coming his way. But yeah, there's a couple of them I'm missing. Jack's missing a few more than I am. But I'm just missing 2 on page number 1 right now that I just did not find. Not yet, anyway. I was saying to the wife, when will we have another, few dollars I can mess with, because I kind of use the rent when I have quarter boxes, but 1965, that's the way to do it, I figure. I mean, at least I get to go through the quarter boxes and stuff. Oh, here. That's that young queen. 1954. 1954, nice. That one's hella older than me. I need large cents badly. I think I've got all my small cents. I'm missing some quarters at the very beginning of the 1999 series. And as I said, Jack's missing a couple more. I put together a book for Jack, but it was out of what I had left after I did mine, which meant almost all of them, but not quite. Oh, well, we know what this is. I didn't even look down at first. I keep a special spot for these ones. 1967, Canada's 100 year. 67. Yeah, another 66. Nice. That's not older than me. Except for I don't know what month they pounded the thing out in, but well, here we go. Now we're talking. I'll show you my large cents. I'll grab the book. 1932. That's pretty sweet. Well, it's hella older than me. But yeah, 1932. Canada 1 cent book. Oh, it's right over there. In fact, it's propping up my camera. I know that sounds like sacrilegious, but it's just the right height to be in a stack of books that is holding up the one camera. I'll do anything for the shot, Mr. DeMille. This is a blazer of a 68. Oh man, that's nice looking. Yeah, I had a 67 up there. Yes, I did. Just, I'd be surprised it would be the only one, but, yeah. There she is. A little bit of a brown. Little bit of wear. Looks like it's been out there. I know I have other ones in the collection. Mountain of Coin Accord. Let me add you to the list of people who took the time to visit. It's the Mountain of Coin Accord. It's the mountain. Go to the Mountain of Coin Accord. Oh yeah, go to the Mountain of Coin Accord and see what you will find. We are all of one accord near the Mountain of Coin Accord. I like duck race. I'm bringing duck race. I'm the duck race guy, baby. Oh, there's another one. Or the other one? No, it's a different one. Is it the same one? It is. Look. Where's my little... Yeah. They send these things in sets of 2. For both of your keychains, the wife and the husband. So there you go. I do have the 2, and they're both gorgeous. Nice looking. They've never been used. Probably should have been. 1966. Well, that's not older than me. 65? That one is. 65? That's older than me. $57? Well, that's way older than me. Oh, I should stop chucking them like that. A man, a U.S. or Canadian. You have some pennies with a man on the front. That would be, if it's Canadian, that would be the king at the time. 1953. This is the young queen, and before the young queen was certainly the king. That's older than I am. I'll find one. There'll be one in here probably. Not this one. 1979, that's way younger than me. 1966, well, it's on the borderline kind of a deal. 1966, got another. See, I only really have 4, and I just recycle them, but you don't see. That looks like a bit of a worn out 65. Kind that needs it there. You can see it there. Yeah. It's older than I am. Showing it too. Looks like a 65. That's older than me. La 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 la. 65. Makes you sort of think that maybe this tin was put away in maybe 1965. Does it make you feel like that? There's another 65. Makes me feel like it. once we shared, 'neath the stars above. For a moment, all the world was right. How could I have known? 68. Good looking one, too. That's younger than me. Nimsmaniac says, now that Prince Philip has left us, yes, that is true. And that it happened just like a moment ago, really. Let's everyone watch the Queen very closely. If Jug Ears Charles becomes king, we're going to have issues with the high points on the new coinage because his pointy nose, his incredible ego, his pointy crown, his pointy head. 1963 is older than me. I don't think he gets to be the king. I don't think he gets to be the king. Maybe he gets to be the king. I don't know. I don't think he gets to be the king. Just moving my camera a little bit here. That's better. $65. Older than me. In the summer of '69. Oh yeah. I think a few of those people went to an island of ill repute and spent a little time there. I would love to see the logs of the flights that went to that place, but I think we would all be incredibly shocked. There's some terrible people out there. She might be one of them. What do we have here? Oh, 63. That's older than me. It's another 63, older than me. What did I do with that other one, by the way? I just tossed it in there, didn't I? I did too, you know. I put the 67 to the side. I threw in the 23. Oh well, I know where it is. It's in the jug of older than me, along with a bunch of 65s. I'm sure that I don't need it in my penny book, so... Now there's 63. Older than me. $68 looks like. That's younger than me. Terrible thing is some of these people do have power positions over, you know, regular citizens, and you definitely wouldn't want them to have those positions. And if you could prove a thing like that, you know, that would be the kind of thing that would make them ineligible for a position like that. And yet it's all going to be hush-hush. Ain't that a beauty? There's the 67. And she's not brown. No, 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 she is not brown. Gorgeous. She's good looking. Well, again, I've had these pennies since Dad passed, and that's a long friggin' time. And they've been sitting in this little tin. And I just figured we would visit with, we'll visit the tin together. I have a couple of other things to look at too. 68, not older than me. But I don't know if we'll get there because I'm not like rocketing through this thing, and I'm not going to go on for 3 hours either. 65. I think we'll just go for an hour or so and see how she goes, and then you guys can get off to the other people who you normally... I know you're not here all the... ugh, I hate it when they grow that yuck. Okay, that's got to be put to the side. There are other places where you normally are. I know that. And I don't want you to miss out on anybody who gives away serious stuff. I'm going to give away something, but just for showing up, you'll be in on that. Looks like a 65. That's older than me. If I put your name in the list, you don't have to be here, but if you're here at the end, we get to enjoy the duck race together. And if not, you just have to watch the video afterwards to see who won the duck race. 65, older than me. The thing about the duck race is I have to put you all in the duck race, otherwise the duck race sucks. I mean, what do you want, a duck race with 3 ducks in it? So, ooh, look at that, 74. Look at the look of that. That's pretty cool. Got some natural toning, I promise you. You know, when you're collecting raw coins from your albums, it gives you an incentive to look for those shiny higher grade coins to replace the credit ones. Anyone's nothing like a shiny album. Yeah, you bet. That's what I did for the quarter albums. I had picked through the quarters, and I only get the ones that look, you know, as little circulated as possible. You got your pennies. What should you look for? Numismaniac, that's your cue, buddy. What should he be looking for in pennies? I'm honestly separating them by date right now, and I don't know what I'm looking for, honestly, Jack. I really don't. I've got one called Older Than Me, and I've got one called Not As Old As Me. So I will have a start when I really want to dive in, because I got a lot of this. So I have to find a way to start. And since this tray, like what I did with the pennies that I recently visited, was I separated them into some from the 1900s and some from the 2000s. And there were plenty of both, so that was worthwhile. In this case, there's going to be nothing from the 2000s in this tray. This is not going to be. So that separation doesn't make any sense. So to break it down a little bit anyway, that one's younger than me. And that one's older than me. It's not much of a system, I grant you. But it's my system, and I'm sticking with it. 1965, that's older than me. This here one is a 1947. 1947? Holy crap. That sucker's older than me. I'll leave that one out, rather than dropping it into the abyss. Why not? Yeah, you know what? You need that is the most important thing almost. Until you have a coin album, you have nowhere to put the pennies as you find them. And you don't know how many of any one type, or if you have one that's just a filler and you want a replacement. But once you got the book, that makes that so much more fun. You need the book. Even Cindy Short, hi Cindy, thank you for stopping by. Let me add your name to the list. And because you're a new name, let me tell you what it's all about. Firstly, please like and subscribe. It's not easy being green. No, please like and subscribe so that I can be a big YouTuber one day and stop working before I... whatever. That's never going to happen. But never, let's get you on the list. And at the end of the night, there's going to be a draw. You don't have to be here, but you will have to check the video afterwards when it goes up as a regular video if you're not here, so you know if you were the winner. The winner of what? No. Not that big of a deal, honestly. But it'll be something. I haven't decided yet. We're going to get a Canadian book. Well, of course, you know, I hate to be that jackass that says, you could just go to the local coin shop. But Lemonhead Penny is definitely a good source for anything that you might need down there in the States. I've had him look up some stuff for me, but it's just as easy for me to get it, you know, here. But he definitely can get his hands on anything you're looking for, I think, when it comes to the books. And there's some very inexpensive books, and then they get more expensive when you get to the ones that, you know, you can see both sides of the coin and whatnot on. the one that I got for you, that the quarters is coming and costs $10 Canadian. So I know there are ones that are much more expensive, I think, but that's a good. They're well made. I kind of liked how they worked. They were reasonable to work with. Let's put it that way. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. We were wondering when the king would float in, and there he is. Let's see if I can fix that up a little bit. Well, there he is. The king himself. Where's my mouse? All right. Well, so let's see what year it is. That's the 47. Nice. Well, that's a 65, older than me. 65, older than me. Wow. Hang on. Yeah, it's a 65. I'm getting a master at holding and spinning pennies with one finger. Actually, two fingers, one hand. So, guess that didn't really help now, did it? We'll put that there. Look, I got a mouse over here. Woohoo! Yeah, I would say your local store, Lemonhead Penny. Lemonhead's an awesome dude. Don't know what year it is yet, but it looks nice, 68. Well, I'm older than it. And another 65, older than me. 66. Bang on. One thing, Jack, is that they're not expensive. If you want the real basic one that you just press the coins into or whatever, they start really expensive. 69. That's not as old as I am. And neither is a 66. And it really does make it it's more enjoyable, I think, right away. My deal is I've got some very old books from back in the day that Dad started. I got to sort of take up the torch from there. 65, that's older than me. 66, not as old. Well, or whatever. Oh, there's a pretty one. 65 Blazer. Look at that one. Let me give it a tip here. Come on, camera, catch up. The local coin shop here, and I'm in a reasonably large place, is a hobby shop. They've got cards and models and every other thing. That's older than me. They got one fellow in the shop who has some interest in coins. They've got a few products from the mint there, so that's older than me. Kind of one of those situations where you feel as though you're likely to get, taken advantage of because they just don't do big business in it. Older than me. So the guy's just not going to have some really, the interesting things you might want. And, oh yeah, you could probably get anything, but so could you on eBay. 68. Not as old as me. $65. Older than me. $65. Older than me. Do Canadians have mint mark? Absolutely. we pretty much had one mint, as far as I know. The mint in Winnipeg. I think it's in Manitoba. I think it's in Winnipeg. Numismaniac. Help. I mean, there's a mint mark right there. I'm as zoomed in as my unit lets me get. I would say that underneath there on the right-hand side is a mint mark of sorts. On other pennies, newer ones, there definitely is a new Royal Canadian Mint logo that, is the mint mark. Let me kick on the light here. If you can see anything better under the light. Anywho, older than me. Camera's lagging out here on me. 65, older than me. 65, older than me. Well, we're a good portion of the way through this tin, and we've had a couple of older ones. We've had 40s, 30s, but 68. This one definitely is floating around 65, 66. A couple of 67s, lots of 65s, lots of 66s. Only like 2 or 3 67s in the whole thing, but that's probably because I know I have some 67s elsewhere. 66. But these are all the good ones. They're definitely copper. That's one thing for sure. 65. Don't even have to guess when it comes to that. Oh, there's another fiery 65. Gorgeous. Doesn't even know what to do with it, the camera. It's so bright. Yeah, KG. I believe that is the initials of the fellow, the artist. I mean, let's see here. So here's an example of the new mint mark. Me. That's underneath the queen there. And if we were to just find our mouse so we'd know what the hell we were doing. Let's go back in time here a little. There we go. Well, 64. I guess we aren't really looking at 64s, are we? We're seeing more 65s through 89s. So you saw a lot of 65s. Here, look at that. That's interesting. In 65, we've got some varieties. We've got some small beads, pointed 5, blunt 5, large beads, pointed 5, blunt 5. And as you can see, large beads, pointed 5, it's $3.40 or $4.90. There's nothing there in that pile I went through that isn't at least an F12, I would have to say. But anyway, so, we'll look at that on another day. But yeah, there could be some really cool 65s in there. Hard to say. As you can see, there's nothing overly special about the 67. It's copper, so it's worth 3 cents. Simple as that. All the rest of these are basically 3-cent pennies because of copper. And then I think there was a slightly different alloy used in 1980 going forward, where pennies are 2-cent pennies, aside from this one, 85 with the pointed, whatchamacallit. KG, though. We were looking for the KG, so let us take a look at the picture and see what it shows. There it is right there. KG. That's what the man said, and he is right. And let's just see if that is the reason. So this is some of the errors that one might find on these. But if we are just to scroll down to the bottom. I'm not seeing what I was looking for. I figured there was an artist likely here. Well, yeah, here it is. Arnold Mansion, King Cruiser. So I don't know what KG means. I should know, but I don't. King George? Obviously not. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that myself, honestly. But you are right. KG is what's there. You are correct. All right, we got another 66. 65. 66. I'm not going to get anything else tonight. 65. I'm going hard now. Just trying to murder my way through these pennies. 66. 70. 66. A little bit of schmoo. Hang on. I gotta move my body a little bit before I cramp up and start crying on stream. Alright. Ooh, well, let's just go with this one first because it jumped right out and bit me. It's the king again. And we don't know what year it'll be, but it's definitely the king. And it's good to be the king, isn't it? 48. All right. Awesome. $65. Okay, there's another 65. This time she's a blazer. Set that one over there. Let's get a few of these over to here. There's something else that was in there. I have no idea what it is. It's a thing. Oh, it's a little... Oh, that's a crown from a watch, isn't it? Is that not a crown from a watch? I think it is. I can't tell if it's threaded because I get a bunch of glare. Well, I think that that's a crown from a watch. Found a 47, says Jack. Sweet. I'm finding 65s to beat the band. Do you need a 65? 66. I mean, between... Oh, 48. Nice. Set that one aside. It's a lot easier to send you a few pennies in a card than it is to get you another book like I sent that time, Jack. That was a $22 send. So I'm learning about shipping. But if you want to do a penny book, well, Christmas cards and stuff like that, I don't even put anything on the Christmas card, so you can end up sending it out next Christmas if you want. I don't write anything on the cards. I just send out the coins with a little note. Why would I deface a perfectly good card? So if you do get something from me, don't be offended that I haven't written something nice on the card. If I didn't include a note, then, you know, shut up. Or get mad, I don't care. But I will hopefully, I plan to just throw a little note in there and then give you a card that you can either send on to somebody else or, I don't know. Getting in trouble, finding it easy. I'm not doing that good of a job of sorting them tonight either. I'm pretty sure I threw a couple in the wrong receptacle. Oh well. 65. Part of this is just to take a look through these with you and see if anything, amazing crops up. We've had a couple kind of amazing things. I'm just trying to zoom back down a little bit. 65. Older than me. My best friend was 65. All my friends were 65 because I was 1 year ahead of myself in school. So all my schoolmates were 65 while I was 66. Oh, that's a young'un in 1970. She's a young'un. Let's push that over to the side there. What do we have here? 1964. Young queen. That's way older than me. What do we have here? You have a button of some kind. It's a metal button. Very nice. It was in the tin, so we're taking a look at what was in the tin. I have no idea the significance of it. Looks like it's got some sort of a coat of arms on it, maybe with a strong guy there. What's that at the top? With his two arms held over, holding something above his head. Anyway, all right. That ain't a penny. That ain't no penny. Pretty penny. Another 65. That's older than me. Found a 44. Sweet. 66. 65. 65. 65. 65. KG on the penny stands for George Edward Kruger Gray, the English artist who designed the maple leaf in 1937. Thank you, Numismaniac. All hail, Numismaniac, knower of knowledge, thinker of thoughts, and stuffer of stuff. 65. I don't suppose there are very many pennies you need for any kind of collection, Numismaniac. Do you even have an interest in pennies anymore? Slow on the uptake, hell. Hardly, man. Thank you. You're right on the ball as far as I'm concerned, because I wasn't going to get the knowledge out there. 64. Nice. It's older than me. 65. Older than me. It's funny, we broke this little tin down into almost exactly the same amounts in the two. Well, no, that's not true. The older than me one is a little bit deeper. 65. Real nice one, too. 65. You can, oh, there's a 67. She's brown. You can tell this isn't just Canadian circulating change by the simple fact that we haven't found anything American for the most part. I don't recall a single one. And that's not the way it goes in circulated change. If you've got a handful of old pennies, you're going to find old American pennies. It would be unusual to not find any American pennies. But as I said, this is definitely not circulated change, at least not for the last nearly 50 years. 65. I would be surprised if some of these were not pulled out in 65, 66, 67 and put away. 66. All right, so that actually clears the tin and takes us to 1 hour and 2 minutes of streaming. Numismaniac has 2 50-cent rolls coming in from the post office at face value. Wow. You'll be making them available as soon as they arrive. They are the 2021 strike. Jack Almon's found at 60. Jack's found in 1947. And Justin Case is in the house. Justin, let me put your name on the wheel so Big Brother can keep an eye on you. And you'll be one of us. One of us. One of us. One of us. Just in case. That's it. You're on the list, Justin. You know what that means, don't you? 65 Acadian Canso. No, 65 Acadian Penny. Yeah. Here's something that I found in the... I can't really see it like that. Let me give you a different view. I don't know what kind of a roll this is, but there were a couple of these. In fact, I'll tell you what it is. In fact, you'll tell me what it... Oh, it popped open. Take a look at that. Old Spice bubbling bath crystals. So that's from something you would have thrown in your bathtub back in the day. And my dad used it for pennies. So this is also full of pennies. I have this full of pennies. Oh, sorry, show you that. This. I think there might be a few 67s in there. Yeah. So, let's just take a look at what's in here. There's not so many of them, so we'll get a quick view, see what it's all about. 1960. Cool. Well, I think we'll just go ahead and put that one in the older than me category right off. Oh, I think we've got some general older ones here. 61. Yeah. 62, you know what? I'm going to have to spend some more time with that, but that's a nice one. I'm going to put that one in there. Another real nice one. We don't know what year it is yet. 75. That's a really weird one to find sort of in there, but okay. I think I'm going to put them in there. 65. Just go in with the rest of those 65s. 74. $65. 63. 64. 65. I can see how I'm going to have to be separating these next. Might as well have all the 65s. Ooh, it's a 66. It sure looks nice. Let's see here. What's here? So already a 66? 65. What was this one? 70? I like that one for whatever reason. Okay. That one's going to go over there. Ooh, there's a nice 67 right there. Let's turn the light off. Take out some of the glare. Bloody autocorrect. Look at that one. That's a gorgeous one. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it. That one goes over there. 68. $69. 70. Wow, this is a 71. I'm on a roll. Let's see. 71. Right on. This one's a 72. I'm pretty killer. 73. Okay, this other one's a 72. It still counts. It was. Okay, so there was obviously some sort of a run going on there. I'm just going to put that in there. Okay, so let's just... Well, we went through that pretty quick. Maybe we'll look at something else. How long have we gone? 1 hour and 8? Or will we call it quits? No new names in the last little while. I'm starting to lean towards calling it quits. Let me just see if there's anything else I want to do tonight. Shall we take a quick look into that candy stripe roll from Old Spice? Or should I look at this? Now this is a bag of pennies I've been given recently. They're going to be just current pennies as far as, like, not current because we don't have any. Yeah, I can see them in their 2010. Nah, this one's not going to be interesting. We'll do that at another time. Not this one. Not this one. Not yet. I just don't think there's going to be any good value there for our enjoyment. Let me put that to the side. All right. We're going to do a little bit more, and it has to be something fun. So I have a fair number of 67 dimes coming in shortly. They're all different grades, but if needs one, let Numismaniac know. Come to me if you need any Canadian quarters, because I've got them all set out. This kind. I've got all the sets made up. If there's a painted and an unpainted version, then I've got them both in a double like that. Let me just show you. Haven't mentioned these lately, but you'll get 5 of these for $20. You choose which ones you'd like. I've got the painted and unpainted version. These are all out of circulation. And they are the best examples that I could harvest out of circulation. So there you see the falcon, painted and unpainted. In this case, there is not a painted and unpainted version of this coin, so I threw in the commemorative called Bravery, because it does seem to go together. Of course, the single poppy, and with that one I put our veterans there, the young veteran and the old veteran's faces to go with the Remembrance Day poppy. Of course, we have women's hockey, the painted and unpainted version of women's hockey. That's the bison, painted and unpainted version. That's women's hockey again. So I have them all, pretty much. So what we're doing is 5 choices, $20, American. You send it to my PayPal, covers the shipping, and I send them out to you. So, now that I've pulled out what's in that roll, that Old Spice roll, I don't think I'm going to be opening it up, because it's a roll from the Toronto Dominion Bank. I could do a whole stream on just this roll. That's what Numismaniac was... Oh, hang on. Knocking things over here. That's what Numismaniac was talking about getting, hey? The penny with a bird on it is a 1967 100-year Canadian birthday party penny. So I'm not sure I'm going to bust this open. In fact, I know I'm not going to bust it open, so I won't toy with you. I'm not going to open that for not tonight. Okay, so that goes back into the Old Spice roll. What other thing could we take a quick look at? This. This one's already in a modern pill bottle. That means it probably has had a going through. And it really looks modern. Modern, modern, modern. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, it's 2000. Hang on a second here. Yeah. You can tell by the Queen right away you're looking at a 2000 something. 2007. All we'd be looking for right now is a 2006. So there it is right there. It's got to have no mint mark underneath the Queen. And there's the mint mark. So because it's a 2006 with a mint mark, we would expect it to be magnetic. And it is. So there we go. We would like to find the 2006 no mint mark magnetic. Right? 2007. 2003. 2007. 2009. Yeah, I could probably do a penny book pretty easily. 2008. I mean, not all the way back to 1932 or whatever, but 2003. 2011. Uh, 2009, but it's not going into with the rest. It has to be separated because it has the plague. 2007. Yeah, this is a small tube. We'll go through these ones quick, but I don't expect to find anything that isn't 20 something, especially with that older Queen on it. 2000 something. 2000 something. 2003. 2011. Yep. Jack found a 44, 247s, 251s, a 56, and 259s. Jeez, what are you looking through, Jack? You're doing way better than me. 2008. He's got some old coins on hand. 2008 again. Not too bad, buddy. Nick Molnar in the house. Hang on, Nick. We'll put you on the list. Nick Molnar. SkyQuest is here too. Thank you, SkyQuest, for coming again. Thank you. Come again. Yeah, Nick's actually in Ontario where I'm in Vancouver, so we got quite a bit of a time difference. I just thank you for coming by. Please click the like and the thing and the stuff. And if you're not already do the thingy and do all the YouTube stuff and thing and stuff. And go visit Nick Molnar because he's very close to getting his watch hours. And if we could just help him out and get over that last little hurdle, he would be right where he needs to be. So Nick Molnar, just like it says in the chat, if you haven't been over there, go over there, hit up one of those playlists, and watch a few of his videos, will ya? please. Kermit says please. If you wouldn't please go to Jack Gelman and watch one of his videos. It's not easy being green. Yeah, there's going to be nothing that isn't 2000 something in this little farts accord. You know as soon as you see that queen too, so it's like you don't really even have to flip it. But I do have to classify the pennies, so what the hell. In order to classify and clarify and verify, traveling in through the sky, will 99 love balloons float by, with orders to identify and clarify and classify, traveling in the summer sky, as 99 red balloons float by. Well, I'm going to stick with the theme that the giveaway should have something to do with what we were looking at tonight. And to that end, I have been separating out certain particular pennies that have come up as we have been going through these. And I'm going to show you what those are in a moment. All right, that's it. We're through it. It's done. It's done, my friends. Move along, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Move along, nothing to see here. Right, right, right. Well, we definitely went through the 60s together anyway. We visited the 60s. There's my... Oh no, what if we put up something different? How about this one? You guys like this? Shout out to Popzilla. Shout out to Popzilla. All right. Yeah. So, what are we going to do here? Well, to commemorate the evening, it's going to start with this really nice looking 1970. This equally pretty 1965, I believe it is, or 65. This really nice 67. So we have a 65, a 66, a 67, and a 70. Just to throw things off. It's got schmoo on it. I'm not sending a coin out that's got schmoo on it. Hang on. Please stand by. despite my ever so light and loving caress, this one still has a little bit of schmoo on it. But this one will round out tonight's giveaway. Is it really? Yeah, there's a rain outside on the street as well. I actually tried to turn down the microphone a little bit so it would pick up a little bit less of that. Actually, there's another setting there I could have set. There might be even a little bit less of that now. But anyways, as I was saying, this one will round out the giveaway tonight. A 1951 beaver. Let me show you the other side. Where the schmoo is. The bottom of the king's head. And a little bit in his ear. So, king's got a little bit of wax in his ear and whatnot. So that'll be tonight's giveaway. A 1970, a 65, a 66, a 67, and this beautiful 1951 with King Schmoo on it. Sound good? All right, if anybody's been lurking, here's your chance. Chat in the chat so I can see your name. If you do not chat in the next, I don't know, very short period of time, I will leave you out until the next show. So, you have 30 seconds to chat in the chat, and once the counter is off, we will see how things go after that. We are back. It is time. It is time. I see no more new names in our list. Are you all set for 2 minutes and 30 seconds of bliss? I know I am. What about you? All ready? Here we go. And starting the race, we have Jack Gallman pulling out in front. Jack Gallman is leading. Anna is sweetly crazy. Sure enough, Anna is sweeping by as Jack Gallman stops to take a look at Anna's butt. Anna's got a nice little butt, and so Jack Gallman fades as he keeps an eye on Anna's butt. Legits or noobs pulling up in my purple color, number 5, now is a beak ahead of everybody else with SkyQuest on the far outside and Jack Gallman working hard with his helmet on, number 3 on the closest inside lane. Dim Bulb Darling coming up number 1 on the inside, looking sweet, looking hot, looking fast, looking smart. Numismaniac surged ahead there and dropped back a little bit, while Mountain of Coin Accord seems to be holding steady in the middle of the pack. SkyQuest in the far lane, number 11, also keeping pace just in case, pulling up hard. Jack Gallman surging ahead, and Numismaniac surging but faltering near the end with a minute and a half left to go in our race. Dim Bulb Darling still looking pretty good there at the bottom, but, well, who knows? Anything can happen in a minute and 22. Mountain of Corn Accord is moving quickly. Nick Molnar's in the shed, and the far side there, he's also wearing scuba gear. He thinks it's going to rain. SkyQuest is moving up hard on that far lane. Jack Gallman also surging ahead on the close lane. Dim Bulb Darling, what are you doing? Just in case. What are you doing, Justin? Nosing ahead, beaking ahead? Are you beaking off just in case? Numismaniac and Sir Noobs are beak as we get close to the finish line with only 53 seconds left. 50 seconds left, I should say. Legit Sir Noobs clearly out in front right now. It's going to take some work. Cindy Short coming ahead. Oh, look at Cindy Short with only 40 seconds to go. Numismaniac also surging ahead. This is still anybody's race with 35 seconds left. Mountain of Coin Accord moving well. Nick Molnar from the shed looking good with his scuba gear. Number 10 or 01, depending on how you look at that. Upside down. Just in case, number 9 pulling ahead with 20 seconds left to go. Justin looking very strong out there in front. No sign of anybody else. Everybody's sort of drifting back, but Justin is still the head duck. Oh, and look who's moving ahead. Bionic Bull. We haven't seen Bionic Bull in the race. And with 5 seconds left, look at Bionic Bull is surging ahead and is our winner. Bionic Bull 88, congratulations on winning duck race number 2 of my gauze. Woohoo! Bionic, what you got to do is send an email to dimebagdarrenlow@gmail.com, and I'll arrange to have those Christmas card, a greeting card, I don't know, birthday card, could be any kind of card. I don't care what kind of card I use. So there'll be no writing in the card, giving you an opportunity to reuse that. But our successful racer tonight, Bionic Bull 88. Congratulations again, Bionic Bull, and thank you everybody for coming by. So close. So close, and yet so far. What are you going to do, buddy? What are you going to do? Well, where do we go? An hour and a half and 27 seconds. Beauty. Thank you very much for dropping in, everybody. I thank you for breaking whatever it is you would have known on this evening to spend some time with me, go through some Canadian pennies, and have a little giveaway and some fun. How do I end it? If you don't know by now, you're going to know shortly. I'm so glad we had this time together. Just have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time I have to say so